How do you resist a surge in candle size or volume to take action in clicking yourself into a red trade?
So, Stephen, you have to have a process that allows you to take that trade. Okay, the way you resist it is the surge in the candle. What's your process? Does your process apply to surged candles? If they don't, it is someone else's food, not yours. Again, imagine, Stephen, I'm sure you've been in a restaurant, whether it's fast food or otherwise, and you've ordered too much food, and you close it up in a to-go container. We call it to-go. I think in UK, they call it takeaway. And you put it in a container and you leave. And you don't stop by every other table and pick up their containers as well. You only pick up your own. Okay? Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. That's where that comes from. Okay, you resist the temptation by following your process. And this is really, Stephen, this is a great question because this is exactly what this session has been about. Okay, if you just said, how do you resist a surge and then convince yourself to get into you end up in a losing trade? That's what I assume you mean by a red trade. Is that trade in your process? If not, you don't take it. And then when you review your activity from the previous week, you go, wow, there was a red candle there, a surging candle, and I resisted the urge to get in it. Nice work. That was good work. Because in the past, that's where a lot of my losses have come from. And even though this one might have been a winner, the next 9 or the next 7 or the next 6 are going to be losses. So that's what you applaud in yourself, not trades that make money. Doing the right thing, because the money comes. Okay, the money comes, but it only comes with doing the right thing. The only way that the money comes and stays is by doing the right thing. Think about relationships. Okay, you try to do the right thing to attract your mate. And then the second you have your mate, you turn around and start doing wrong things, because what happens then? I don't need anyone to answer that. Okay, you need to consistently do the right things. Okay, can I just read what his response is? Yeah. Suppose you think from the big volume and all the emotion, and you think, oh, change of trade, and oh no, it was a red trade. Okay, Stephen, stop thinking about what's going on in a particular candle and look at your process. Stephen, you have to have a process. You can't just say, I think this is going up. Okay, if your process is, I think this is going up, you're not ready, with all due respect. Okay, you have to have a process. Even if it's so simple as 3 red candles and then 1 green, I see that about 60% of the time, those go up to the next green candle. Okay, fine. Now start to watch that process. Write it down and start to look at a bunch of occurrences of that and say what the results were. And then go back in time and see it. Okay? Over and over again, if you establish a written process, you can then look at that process and say, okay, does this fit into my process? It doesn't. Do I think another process can be developed from what I'm seeing? Maybe, but develop that process. Okay? Don't sit there and say, wow, there's a move and there's volume, it must be going up. You have no idea if that's what's happening.